Good evening, everybody. So, apologies for the ventilator, but it's so hot today. It's been over 34, 35. Now it's less, but yeah, it's so hot. And yeah, so I did an Akawa session. I also ate meat today. So honestly, I wanted to, I don't know, to try. I felt like trying. I just eat some meat so that ground myself a little bit. And because I fasted for 2 days, so I ate some meat today. Of course, I drank 1 liter of celery juice first, and then I ate some meat, and yeah. Then in the evening, I had an Akawa session around 7 p.m. Yeah, we're about 20 people, a bit less. And as soon as the session started, like I had my ventilator like pointed towards me, laid out on the in the middle of my living room, and yeah, as soon as the session started, movements, chanting, Elohim, chanting, movements. At a certain point, like I felt like I was holding hands, and there was this joy, and there was this coming together of energy, and I was so elated, like and like yeah, it was gorgeous. I then fell on the ground, and for some time there was just like these shifts occurring. It was like being conscious and going into the flow, being conscious and going into the flow. And when I say being conscious, being self-conscious. And honestly, I just started to, at some point, I just started to ask like, God, please help me with my procrastination and my laziness. Please program my body for 100% maximum health. Please program everything in a way that it's needed. When I asked for that, everything in a way that it's needed, there was this energy in my head, and all of a sudden I had this visual, this image, that it was like that there was almost like this coating, like a plate or an armor or like linen bandages, like covering my body, and it was just immediate, like in a flow. There was just a flow with the energy. There was like I felt like an energy warrior or an energy, yeah, I don't know. I wrote down Earth Warrior, but it was so beautiful, just dancing with the energy, like just like, yeah, it was so spontaneous and so easy. It was just happening. Then I asked, please prepare me to embody. Please prepare me for my mission and my purpose. When I asked for this, I started to see visions. Like, okay, do the pranic retreat. Do the pranic retreat in August. Do the facilitator training in September. Do the kundalini bodywork in October. I could see the progress, and then I saw something else. So I started seeing like this progression, and yeah, it's interesting. What's also interesting is yesterday I had a cab session, and I saw somebody that I have in my life. I saw myself taking them to the airport, saying goodbye. And today I actually said to that somebody, you can always leave, you can leave. And she said to me, yeah, I'm gonna make my luggage and I'm gonna prepare to leave. And yeah, there's like these mixed emotions, I guess. At a certain point, I asked Jesus Christ, please show me my path, or show me the way, show me my way, something like that. I don't remember exactly. And then I just saw like all of a sudden, while lying there, just felt this energy, this huge energy, and it was like, just like there was something happening. I don't know how to describe it. There was like, and all of a sudden, like, there was no, like, just do camp, just keep doing camp with the facilitators that you know, just keep doing it. And I don't know why, but I mean, mentally, I know from the past that every time that I do camp, there's a realignment occurring. So it's like more and more realignment, more and more realignment. Oh, I also saw how I would be facilitating the shadow workshop, the reconstructive. Reconstructive is like a workshop where you get to deconstruct the ego, where you see yourself in relationship, you see your shadow in relationship, you see yourself in relationship with others, and there's consciousness, and there's new awareness, new movements that arise from that. And then, like, aside from that, the next thing, I have a video about reconstructive, or I'll make one, but I think I have one. Anyway, there was this next phase where all of a sudden, like this morning, we did it in the group, in the Zoom, in the Akawa community, we did a meditation where we imagined that, or where we, like, the facilitator guided us to connect with this being. This being sat there, and all of a sudden now in my process, I saw the being again. He said, give me all your pain. Or that knowing came. And there was like this energy ball, this energy that was being created, and that was then given to him. And once it was given to him, I was seeing how he started transmuting it or doing something with it, or I don't know what. And all of a sudden, my mind started to react. But what if that pain is what I need? Maybe that's my gift. Maybe that is what made me me. Maybe, like, without the pain, the memories are just wisdom. Maybe. So it was like, maybe I'll get new pain because I gave this pain away. So it's like there was this constant, like, reaction. So it's like wanting to take it back. So I don't know if I took it back or not, but I saw the energy orb come back, and it was there again. So I guess I took it back. So that showed me that there's a deep identification with the pain. Also, like, I asked for help with this thing that I'm going through, where sometimes I say things like during this video with people, and sometimes I say or I share things, and there's this innate feeling, this energetic feeling of contraction, and it's like, take back what you just said, or retract or correct that, or be more honest, or something like that. And today, like in my session, I asked for help with that, and it showed me like you feel responsible for affecting people's fate in expressing something unconscious, right? So that is also made aware. So that's interesting. Like, I have now these two things that I'm aware of. And my facilitator, she told me something. She's like, Igor, what if in our conscious state, what we do in our conscious state is what is false? What if what we do in the unconscious state is real? Something like that. Maybe I paraphrased it, but she also commented about me, like, saying, just do camp. She's like, find whatever frequency resonates with you as home, as like, that's my thing, that's it for me, and just do that. She shared a little bit of her story. It was very interesting for me. So for me, there's like three things that stood out. this resistance to surrender to love completely. This morning in meditation, this message came. And it said, love will heal you. Love will heal you. So there's this fear of resistance to surrendering to love. There's a fear of, I feel responsible that I affect people's fate with my unconscious. And so that's why I constantly say, like, forget everything I said. Like, guys, if you're watching me right now, forget everything I said. It's like I take away my responsibility because I clearly said, forget everything I said. So it's like, I'm telling you, like, do that, and then I don't feel the responsibility anymore. And my facilitator, she told me, like, just observe this. Immediately my mind was like, oh, was I programmed again? Do I need to do Bufo again? My facilitator just, in this whole process, she's like, just trust completely. We talked about this yesterday, about having a dance partner, and the best dance partner is yourself. What we talked about in a session is about self-love and acceptance, the body and mind connection, and how it's all about trusting ourselves, and how things have to die so that new things can grow, right? So when things die, we can manifest the embodiment of being present, trusting ourselves. And then she talked about, I butchered this last bit, didn't explain it fully the way she said it, but it's what I picked out from it. It's the way I interpret it, right? Or what I took from it. Then she talked about this angel who helps in between. And she talked about going into grief, how you have to go into grief to let go of certain things. And healing is, healing the grief of loss. And grief is a process. There's like different stages: shock, denial, depression, and then at the end there's acceptance, moving on, and take the next step for yourself. I really love the way she explains it. She talks about how she never knows where to go. She just trusts Source completely to guide her. So it's like complete loss of control, and around you there's built what you need. Things will show up when needed. And it's like, if you have to force something, it means you're not ready. When you lie down, it happens on itself. So then we did the meditation, and then it came to me, like seeing that being, like, love will heal you. We also talked about people that were talking about having to go to a job, doing things that they don't necessarily resonate with. And sometimes she told us, sometimes maybe there's something there that you need to learn, or somebody needs to learn from you in that job, or help certain people, or whatever. Sometimes something there needs to happen, and then you can quit and you can go back. So it was a very beautiful day. For me, the revelation of those three things that I can consciously, I guess, work with: surrendering to love, like looking at the resistance that is surrendering to love, looking at the fear that I feel responsible for affecting people's fate with what I say, and then thirdly, Yeah, giving away all my pain. Very interesting, very interesting. This process is a very deep, profound process. Things are shifting, people are shifting, relationships are shifting, certain dynamics are shifting. Yeah, in a way it feels like everything is falling apart, but in another way it feels like everything is falling into place. So it all depends on how you look at it. With me, I guess there's this thought or this belief that I first need to take care of everything, my health, my this, my that, and then I can trust fully, completely that everything will work out. It's very interesting. I would love to go to a Joe Dispenza event, like Universe. I would really be grateful to go to a Joe Dispenza event. Yeah. So if that happens, this is where where I put the intention out. But no, I wrote it out earlier, like last year or something. Yeah. I must say all these sessions, it's very deep. I'm really grateful for the support. Like making these videos, it helps me to speak it out loud, to echo back, to check like, okay, what am I saying, what am I thinking, what's the structure, what's the fundament, how do I relate to it. Yeah, it helps me to keep things into perspective. I guess otherwise I could also write about it, but yeah, it gives me a reason to use the camera. Like I've made a couple of videos, I think 2 videos or 3, but I haven't made them available because of that thing, I guess, because of that fear that I'm gonna affect other people's fate, and there's this feel of responsibility. So I really like when you become aware of these patterns and these unconscious beliefs, structures, systems. It's so interesting because then it's like, okay, now I know where to look. Because once you go to the root and when you see through it, awareness will shine its light, and who knows what will happen. Yeah. Yeah, beautiful session with beautiful people, with a beautiful facilitator. Yeah, so right now I'm in a process of, I guess, preparing a little bit for my inner dance sessions. Maybe gonna do some shadow work sessions. We'll see whether that will go or not. And besides that, preparing for my pranic retreat, and then for the facilitator training. I would love to do the pranic retreat, and then facilitator training, and then the kundalini body work. It's like boom, 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 boom. I would love to be in that flow. It's so awesome. Because honestly, I love these gatherings of people and just like having these processes together, and it's so amazing. It's such an adventure. It's so intimate. It's so precious. It's so yeah. So many words, but also like, just amazing. Love it. So doing 3 of those, that's wow. Please, universe, let me do these 3 events in a row. Yeah. Whatever's meant to be is meant to be. Anyway, I hope you all have a good night, and yeah, enjoy yourselves.